Welcome to another Masquerade by Night revamped production. The following is rated for mature audiences and may contain graphic themes that will be distressing to some viewers. As always, we recommend you ensure the safety and well-being of yourself and those around you at all times. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to SPbN By Night, where we play St. Petersburg By Night, a massive multiplayer tabletop role-playing game set in the world of darkness. We play Vampire the Masquerade, Hunter the Reckoning, and Werewolf the Apocalypse. I am your humble storyteller this evening, Bear the Bard, and I am one of many junior storytellers here at SPbN By Night. Make sure to check out SPbN By Night on all social media platforms. That includes X, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But you should really check out our website, SPbNBynight.com. We have our city map, storyteller profiles, and a one-of-a-kind threat meter. If you aren't already a subscriber on Twitch, you should go ahead and hit that follow button and catch up on all of our past episodes. And if you're interested in playing with us, come join our Discord. What are you waiting for? Come be a member of this amazing community. Today, we are playing Bloody Strings, one of many chronicles here at SPbN By Night. Let's introduce our players. And these are our lovely players. Would you guys please introduce yourselves again?
Oh, I am Nori, and I'll be playing Bellatrix, the manipulative Malkavian.
And I'm Kyrie, and I'll be playing Grey Novak, the Toreador with the big dreams.
Hello, I'm Lakar, and I will be playing Matthew, the monochromatic Toreador tonight.
Hello, I am Trucky XE, and I am playing Nicholas Baldridge, the ADHD disaster piece.
Thank you very much. So, last we left off, we did some preparation. There was the meeting with Victor. There was general kind of getting ready for the event tonight, which is the party prior to the showcase, the heist event itself. Everyone's done a little bit of prep work. Let's see where they are tonight, starting with Nick. What is Nick doing this evening?
Nick has had on his mind the very moment that Matthew took some of his blood. Tonight, he is doing a round at a local elderly care home as his mask Henry Wade, a nurse assistant to the doctor there who does the night shifts. And he is looking for his next meal, but also what it means, the comfort that it brings him.
Okay, go ahead and give me a hunting roll.
And death specialty comes in, right?
Yes.
Seven successes.
Okay. Go ahead and kind of talk through what is the general process in which Nick hunts as you are looking for your mark.
So Nick goes through usually the elderly homes, the ones that haven't really seen their family in a long time, have been given up on, the ones that just haven't had anyone to really talk to. He prefers to find them, and normally he would spend the entire night by their side, letting them talk, learning about them, and it's his way of thanking them for the meal that they give him. He may not kill them, but he makes sure that they are peaceful when they finally can let their thoughts drift into the ether.
Before long, you do find a space. There is an elderly gentleman, kind of sits in his room, just watches TV. He's by himself. He's waiting for his meal to come through. He's got a little cane with tennis balls on the end of it propped up next to his chair. He seems to be struggling with the remote a little bit as you come in.
Nick, as Henry would knock on the door. Good evening, boss. I'm the nurse assistant for the night, Henry Wade. How you doing, bud?
Nah, I can't get the remote to work.
Oh, well, that damn thing. Mind if I take a look at it?
Yeah, he kind of holds up he turns his head away from you and then holds up the remote.
As Nick's walking, he's gonna take a look at his chart to clock the name real quick.
Bill. Bill Williams.
Oh, Bill? You know, technology is like the downfall of many people. Yeah, you should see what I had to do with my when I was dealing with my son's little things when he was young, and he's gonna make a show of fiddling with the remote. Though it's just the remote needed new batteries. And then he starts. So what do you want to watch, man?
No, there's nothing ever really good on anyway.
Not really.
So, where's dinner?
It's running a bit behind. I'll get it to you soon, but wanted to make sure you were comfortable first. Make sure you had some water in your system. But I'll happily bring it to you. Do you want to sit down on the bed for dinner, or do you want to just stay in the chair?
Chair's fine.
All right. So, speaking of my son, do you have one? Do you have a son or a daughter?
Wouldn't know.
Ah, one of those lives, huh?
He kind of continues he seems to fidget in his chair a little bit, kind of maintaining a... He will not make eye contact. He just continues staring ahead.
Nick will find a chair, one of the extra chairs in the room, pull it by, give it a respectful distance, and plop down. Do you have anyone who visits you, Bill?
No, who are you, my therapist?
No, I'm just someone who gets to see it all in here. I mean, it's not exactly the most glamorous lifestyle, is it?
No, it's not.
Listen, Bill. I mean, if you don't want someone to talk to, I will leave. Get your food, make sure you're comfortable, and not say another word, man. But look, I know I'm younger and it would probably be hard to believe, but if anyone understands not being able to talk to the people that made an impact in their life, I really do. I am one of those. And he'll turn his head. What if I told you I had a son that I haven't seen since he was 3, and not because I don't want to see him?
Why wouldn't you be able to go see him?
Well, you know how life can be. Sometimes the most unfair things are out of your control, and people with more power than you get in your way.
That's just an excuse.
It is. It's the truth, but it is an excuse.
No, you're using it as an excuse. If there's something that you want, only you can make yourself not go out and do that. Me? People don't want to be near me.
I'm sitting here, aren't I?
You're paid to be here.
I'm paid what? Minimum wage? Even as a nurse assistant, man, I don't make shit.
Hmm.
What keeps you from wanting to try again? You say that me not being able to going to see my son is an excuse. But I mean, I can turn that right back on you, man. You can try and try again with what life has left for you. To talk to someone, talk to people, and try. I mean, I'm here trying. I don't have any reason to, but I want to.
Is your kid the reason you don't see your kid?
No, it's his great-grandmother. And
Then it's not the same.
a very is your kid not wanting to come here, or is it because you think that you are not good enough for them?
My kid just quit coming around.
I'm sorry, Bill. It's hell of a thing, isn't it? These once small little pebbles in our lives grew to be some of the most important things we could ever imagine. Not to call people a thing, but you get what I mean. And yet, when all our chips are finally played, all our cards are finally played, all our chips are down, sometimes those small pebbles become the biggest boulders. If he had come around, if he comes around again, what would you say to him right now? In all honesty.
I don't know. But here's the thing. How old are you? 25, 26? You don't look like you've hit 30 yet.
I'm a bit older than you think, man. But I get what you're saying.
You say these things like these choices aren't there anymore, but you're choosing to be here with an old man rather than trying to get the thing that clearly is important to you. You have that option, you have that choice.
Maybe. But I do find it important to be here for the people that feel like they don't have anyone here for them. I mean, my son, I've plenty of failures, but I know his mother, and I know how much his mother does for him, and they're not wanting for anything, and they're safe. It's not good enough to make me feel like I am worthy of being called a man, but the very least I can do is be here for people who feel they don't have anyone else here for them. And no, it's not me atoning before you say it. It's because I feel it's the right thing to do.
I don't think I said anything in regard to whether or not you're a man. I believe I said you're wasting your time talking to an old man when you have something you clearly want to get to.
Yeah,
and you can stand on this point of you can stand on this little platform of trying to do something noble for other people who are missing out on their life. However, you're just using that to make yourself feel better about what you're losing.
Well, you very well could be right. Does it change me wanting to do it? I mean, even I was in this line of work for a long time. Like, this act wasn't going to change regardless. I mean, as I said, Bill, if you want me to go and set a talk, I'll get you your food and make sure you lay down comfortable for the night. But like right now, I was just trying to relate. And if you don't want that,
I didn't say you had to go, but you don't need to keep lying. I've lived long enough to know that I don't want to have to waste what remaining time I have with someone talking out their ass. You want to stay, that's your prerogative, but...
Well, I don't know much about you, Bill, other than what I'm here to do as an NA. But if you don't want me to talk about my ass, talk about yourself. What have you come to do in your life? Good, bad, whatever. Someone should hear it.
Does what I matter did if I ended up here?
I believe
does what I did matter if I ended up here? Sorry, words are hard. When you offer to kind of allow him to speak for himself for a moment, he kind of sits there and I think I'm ready to move to the bed. I think I'm getting a little tired.
Okay. And he will help him to the bed, carefully, but not babying him, just making sure he has the power to do what he needs to do. How about this? You tell me something that you truly are proud of about yourself, and I will make an attempt to check on my son. And I'm not talking out my ass.
He sits there for a moment. I made a better father than I was.
That's one hell of a thing, nonetheless. And you can see it. That is more than a lot of people I've known can do. Now, how about you rest? Food will be here for you when you wake up, and I'll take care of you. All right?
He turns over, pulls out the blanket, and settles in.
And Nick will feed as he makes sure that he's comfortable in the process. Just
Okay.
as after he leaves, he will stop at a nearby bathroom, lock the door, and red streaks are falling from his eyes as he lets himself think about his son and not being able to follow through on what he promised. Before he cleans up, straightens himself, makes sure there's nothing left, and gets back out for the night.
As you head out into the night, we will move to another place. Bella, what are we doing this evening?
Bella is in her tea shop. She is scanning the room in search of the perfect prey that can bring her the right blood. The blood to be able to dig deep within herself and bring forth the power to break the minds of other people.
Okay. As you are kind of getting everything situated for the evening, would you mind going into the process a little bit about how you attract people into your space?
Sure. Bella has a tea and tarot shop, which does sell tea for those who wish to sit down and drink and have perhaps a snack with it, or for those who wish to buy it. But as people sit down to drink the tea and such, she goes through and offers tarot readings for certain people that she takes interest in. It is also advertised as a tarot shop, but sometimes her ghoul Ophelia will do the readings instead of her. But for when she's hungry, she tends to find just the right customer to be able to bring into her back room and give a special reading with free cup of tea.
This evening, a young woman stumbles into your shop. She seems to be kind of observing the decor, the various decorations that you have throughout the space. She seems to be... She kind of has her hands to her chest a little bit, constantly kind of rubbing her left arm. Her shoulder kind of slouched a little bit as she's kind of looking back. She looks very reserved.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. I've never...
Would you like...
I'm sorry, please, go ahead.
I was going to ask if you'd like to sit down. perhaps have a cup of tea?
Okay, sure. How much is the tea?
Well, for you, if you would like a reading, and since this is your first time in, how about I do a free tarot reading and cup of tea, your choice of what kind, or what flavor, at least. It'll be on the house. You seem, if you don't mind me saying, you seem a little on edge, and I think maybe tea and reading your tarot, having a good conversation might help you out.
Um,
I'm Estelle, by the way. Estelle Lemon.
Hello, I'm Ellie. I'm not sure tea sounds great. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Come. I have a special spot. Let's sit and chat.
Yeah, sure. And she'll follow you.
So, are there any flavors of tea that you like?
I like orange, I think. Yeah.
Orange. I can do something with orange. I will lead her into the back room with the small table surrounded by very soft pillows to sit on. There is music playing from somewhere in the room. It is a mix of very trancy lo-fi music to just help calm nerves. And I will go over to the small station that I have set up for mixing teas. And I will actually mix orange, cinnamon, and... Are you allergic to chamomile? I know some people are.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Good. Just so you know, chamomile is great for calming the nerves, relaxing the body, as is valerian root, and it'll make a very nice earthy taste to mix with the orange in it. And I will be mixing those together in the tea along with a special tincture made of cannabis that's got a higher rate of hallucinogen than normal.
Okay.
And then I will steep it, and then... So what is your name?
Ellie.
Ellie. It's a pleasure. I'll bring the tea over to her and sit down. So Ellie, you seem troubled. Is your arm hurting you?
Oh, no, it's just a thing I do. How does this work?
Well, the tea is yours to drink, and let me go ahead and start shuffling the cards. I will shuffle the cards together and then put the stack in front of her. I would like you to split the deck. We need a bit of your touch onto the cards to put some of your energy into it.
She, as you kind of make that suggestion, that's very good, thank you. Sure. And she reaches down and cuts the card.
Thank you. I will shuffle it and do a 5-card reading with 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom on the left and the right. Nothing in the middle bottom. All right, so this first card, top left, I'll lift it. So this tells me that in the past you've been a very hard worker. You're very dedicated to what you do, and you put a lot of energy into it. Is that right, Ellie?
Yeah, I try to.
Couldn't understand. Though I'll flip the second card. This tells me... Sorry, the first card was the Page of Pentacles. The second card is the Nine of Swords. This is telling me that all that hard work that you've done, you're starting to feel anxiety about it. Something's not quite right. There's too much pressure. It seems like you're starting to burn the candle at both ends, so to speak.
That's just working, isn't it? Like,
Not necessarily. I don't. My shop, for instance, I don't push myself too hard that it is a detriment to my mental health. We all have to be healthy physically, mentally, and spiritually to be able to continue on and achieve our goals and dreams. I'll flip the last card, or the third card, which is the Six of Cups. I'm sensing your dream. You want to perhaps see someone or return back to a moment in the past where you were happy. Don't feel like what you're doing is making you happy. It's making your heart beat faster. It's making your muscles tense, your arm hurt. And perhaps you can return to the state of happiness you were in. And there are ways to do that, but let's see what's holding you back. She'll flip the fourth card. And that is the reversed death card. It seems like even though you want to return to your happiness, you're afraid of changing things. But understand, change is necessary.
I don't know.
She'll flip the last card, which is Temperance. So for this one, I understand that you fear the change, and it's holding you in the same position that you are in, of all this stress. But have some patience. Have some patience with yourself. Have some patience with the process you've been doing. Take some time for you. And wait. And just breathe.
That's go ahead and give me manipulation and persuasion.
I will be yes, I will be blood surging for this. Cool. Hunger is unchanged. I'm going to spend a willpower. Three successes.
Oh. So if I just slow down and continue doing what I'm doing, just ease more relaxed.
Yes, ease up a bit. You don't have to kill yourself to achieve what you want. It may be a little slower. It may be not now, but easing up a bit will make sure that you have time to enjoy it. What's the point of working all the time if you don't enjoy life itself?
As you're speaking, you can tell that there is steady kind of, not like dramatic, but a steady change in their behavior. They're less, as you're speaking, they're kind of less huddled into themselves and a little bit more like their posture straightens out a little bit. They are taking deeper breaths.
Why don't we start here? Have you ever meditated?
I can't. No, it's never really worked.
I'll move around the table and take her hand. Come.
Okay. She stands up and then kind of slow, like has to steady herself a little bit. Oh, sorry, I got up too fast. And she follows me.
Understand. I'll lead her to a small area in the corner that has more cushions, like a small couch. Sit down. Take my hands. Now, we want to be in this moment. Close your eyes and breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will walk her through just meditating. And when she is at that moment where I could see like just her body relaxed, because I'll be like, relax your muscles. Start with your fingers and your knuckles and your hands and like each body part, so that she is conscious of each body part and slowly relaxing it until she is completely relaxed. And then I'm going to feed.
Okay. Yeah, her temperament has changed. You may go ahead.
Cool. And I will reach deep in myself, and I will reach for that power I know that is in the blood that Alexi spoke of. Power to break minds, to bend them, to let them see what we feel, we the children of the moon. And I will gain demonization.
Excellent. She is the most relaxed she has been ever, and fully passes out.
I'll
in
let
your
her sleep
space.
it off.
Okay.
Usually they do. I let her sleep it off. I'm not going to send her out into the wild after I've done that to her.
All right then.
I will tuck one of my business cards in her pocket.
Very good. Is there anything else you should do here?
No, then I'm going to go to my back room and start getting ready for the night. I have to look more, because we're going somewhere dark. And so I have to put the mask on that most people see for the Malkavians, so they don't see what I'm truly after and what I truly plan to do.
Okay. You begin getting ready for the event tonight. And from here, we will shift the scene to Gray. What is Gray doing this evening?
After rising as early as possible, getting ready for big events, he will actually show up at Ascent early and find that nobody's here. He will take the moment to kind of lean back on the couch, ponder things for a minute, or getting out his phone and making a phone call that has been long overdue. Back home.
It rings for a moment. 2 rings, 4 rings. And then finally, it picks up. Hello, Gray.
Father. I wanted to let you know I'm not dead. From English to French as he's addressing him.
If you're not dead, then why aren't you here?
Circumstances changed. Plans had to be altered, and I'm still doing everything that you asked me to, I promise. I have a line, family, that will land us into eternity. It's taking a while. I know that we have just as long as they do. That's tongue a bit. I have not given up.
But you've given up on your family.
Complicated, Father.
Complicated. Is it complicated to do as you're expected? Is it complicated to simply do as you're told? Is it so complicated to support those who did everything for you?
I know how much you and Mother sacrificed so that I could be. And I will pay that back.
With what, empty promises? 8 years.
It has not been 8 years for nothing. There are societies here that are just opening to me. God. My foot is in the door. You get us into so much more.
Is your foot in the door, or is somebody using you and you just can't tell the difference again?
I've learned my lesson. I promise this time it's real. The last one was a mistake that I can't take back. And things, when I say they're complicated, the blood is thicker now, Father. For me.
What is on Gray's mind in this moment?
Gray is struggling with the fact that he has failed a family who sacrificed a considerable amount for him to even exist for the last 8 years, and the fact that he was a failure even before that, as far as they were concerned. And at the same time, he doesn't want to give them too much about the man who has adopted him, since he wants to try to keep those two worlds still as separate as possible, while serving them both.
Give me manipulation and persuasion.
Three successes, possible bestial failure.
You say this is complicated. Then uncomplicate it and return home. This whole ordeal has worried your mother sick.
He will hold his tongue and not say that it was his father's idea in the first place. I'll do that as quickly as possible, sir.
See that you do. Is there anything else?
Yes. There may... I am beginning another engagement this evening, and I do not know how it will go. I will return. I cannot say when. With this one, I believe I can show him that what we can offer is indispensable. It opens the door to so much more.
I am happy to hear from you, Gray. Don't let that emotion be a waste. And he disconnects the phone.
Despite as small as Gray is feeling this moment, he will set the phone down and please smile. He said he was happy to hear from me. Take what he can get.
And with that, at one moment we're going to pause. And as we leave Gray, at the end of his phone call, we will shift to Matthew. What is Matthew doing this evening?
Matthew is at his studio. He had just pre-prepped a couple of canvases, and he'd cleaned himself up. He looks at his phone, and he walks over to one of the paintings on the walls, and he slides a hand behind it, and he gives it a little flick, and it kind of swings open, and there's just this crude little shelf behind it with a black duffel bag. And he pulls the duffel bag out, pushes the painting back into place, and he sets it down, unzips it, goes through a small assortment of things that he had gotten, and he pulls out a burner phone. It looks a lot older. He kind of just stares at it a minute. And he presses dial. And he calls Mina.
The phone rings a couple of times. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, kiddo. How you doing?
Things are a little quiet right now, but with you calling, I reckon they won't be for long.
Yeah. I got a job. Pay's not as good as they used to be, but it's more of a... This one's more of a reclamation than a restoration, if you catch my meaning.
Still working then, huh?
Yeah, if I tried to go straight as an arrow, I would lose my mind. But I ain't gonna lie. This one, it's a little more complicated. A little more iffy on the outcome. The guy we're going to see, he's a little more tightly wound than what we're used to. And also, if this goes to plan, it's gonna be right out from under his nose.
You don't often let people get under your skin like that. Is what's got you so shaken this time?
He's not the regular snob we usually did work for. He's got a little more pull, and while I'm not fully aware of what he's capable of, if this goes sideways, well, I'd much rather not think about that, but it could go sideways. I'm a little behind the curve on the prep. I've got the outside, but I'm not familiar with the internals. So I'm kinda on plan M as soon as I get inside. And usually it was me dying in plan M. But I'm hoping we can skip that one and go right to plan F. Plan F always worked out nicely.
I don't understand why you go out of order like that.
I always hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Yeah, but you overthink sometimes.
Yes, I do. I do. And this could be me overthinking, which is why I'm calling.
Do you have a good crew?
Oh, absolute worst bunch I've ever worked with. Psychos, the lot of them.
I'm sure you've worked with worse.
Oh, we won't even get into working with worse. If I ever find him. The only difference is what I plan to do with him beforehand doesn't even compare what I will do to him now.
It sounds like you're doing better than you were. I wouldn't even worry about him. It's great hearing your voice.
It's fantastic hearing yours again. And I know I've said this before. And just in case you need the reminder, or I just need to say it out loud, I never blamed you for what happened. That was all Louis. I don't think any of you had to do with that. But I will admit, who knows where we'd be if that hadn't happened. But I sure as hell wouldn't be who I am right now if he didn't. So that backstabbing son of a bitch will get a backhanded thank you the next time I ever see him. If I ever see him.
Well, I hope for both your sakes that you don't.
Honestly, me too.
You're gonna be fine, Matthew. You always are.
I know. I guess I just needed you to hear you say that.
Do you need help?
No, I don't want you anywhere near this. Not that I would love you to be there, but I don't want you in that line. Because again, I don't know what this guy's capable of. I know what my crew's capable of. And while your slinkiness would not go unwelcome, you'll be a distraction. And we both know you'll be a distraction. And I will lose focus and Butterfingers, and then it'll just be a mess. And I'm rambling, aren't I? I'm rambling again.
A little bit.
I'll be okay.
I know you will. Just be careful. Watch your step. And don't take so long to reach out.
I promise. I'll call again soon.
I'll hold you to it.
If you don't hear from me after I'll call you back in a couple of days. How about that? If you don't hear from me in a couple of days, assume it didn't go well.
I'll talk to you in a couple days.
All right.
She hangs up the phone.
And he'll just kind of stare at the phone and just slide down the wall. Think but this, and all is mended. Minerva, you're the only thing that's going to keep me from falling apart, I think. And he'll throw the phone back in the bag, zip it closed, pick it up, stand up straight, and head out to the ascent.
With that, all of our players will move back to our Coterie Haven in the ascent. We will take a quick break, and we will come back and see what they get up to next. Thank you for tagging along so far. Welcome back, and thank you for tagging along. We are back from the break, and our Coterie members are returning to Ascent to decide how they're going to move forward. So I'll go ahead and say Gray was obviously there first. The rest of you kind of one by one finally fill into the space. I'll go ahead and hand the scene to you.
Well, it's about time. A lot of you started to show up. I was worried I was going to be alone.
I wouldn't leave you alone.
I'm just
Tonight-
amazed you're here early.
Tonight's important, right?
Yes, tonight is important. And I'm here with bells on. He will hold up the Heretic's Fork. You want to help me put it on?
I'll help you put it on.
Oh, no, bells. No, the whole point is... Oh, you didn't mean literal bells. I'm kidding.
I could have
And
just worn a
Nick will-
single bell, but I think that would be a little over the top.
And Nick gets...
More over the top than me. Bella will point to her outfit, which is a very pink corset. Actually, it's a more burlesque outfit with a little white trail and a mini Victorian top hat and glitter boots over stockings.
No, I think
Nick-
you make quite the statement.
Good.
Nick will walk over to Gray, and when he reaches over, I'll need to touch you. Is that okay?
No, don't touch me. Oh God, please stop.
You know, the whole... And he'll push Gray's chin up, start wrapping it. You know, the whole reason I know how to do this so well is because I was in a community that you need to have consent for. And he finishes up quickly and steps away.
Consent is a recent phenomenon.
Consent
don't
has always been a
ascribe
thing.
to
It
it.
just wasn't acknowledged.
No, I think everything that I do is... Well, I can make consent.
A choice?
Don't go there, Gray. Let's just get through this night with you alive. Maybe with a bust.
You will stand and look in the mirror. It works. Low cut shirt, kind of tied together at the waist, pulled around, nice pair of slacks, and some shined up pointed boots.
He'll adjust the shirt on the back and smooth it out some.
You could, tighten this up a little bit.
You sure?
I'm not a kind Nick.
All right. And he'll wrap around, tighten the front, and buckle it a bit more. There you go. Let's get you off
Imagine
to
if
the
he gets-
prom.
If he gets angry at me and just pulls my head down.
You'll be fine.
Oh,
It
yes,
won't go
but
to your brain.
can you imagine what it would feel like?
I need to show you the end of a movie called Hot Fuzz sometime.
Too recent. I don't think I've seen it.
Maybe you'll enjoy it, maybe you won't. I like it.
Oh, it's a
Funny.
comedy, isn't it?
Yes, but it's also a commentary.
Maybe.
It's this whole Stepford type of thing. A small town is ultimately controlling, but it's ridiculous type of controlling. The smallest inconvenience gets people murdered, and it's very cultish in a way.
I've been in some cities like that.
So have I. I've seen it. I'm from Texas. Believe me, I've seen it.
Okay, Matt, it's your opinion that really matters. How do I look?
Like you're about to go forth in sin?
Perfect. What's the plan?
All right, Nick, did you get those things?
He'll reach into his pocket, slide over the earbuds as he takes one. Should work within. If they're actively jamming, trust me, you'll hear it. Otherwise, I'll have a connection, whatever car we take, and just stay in there.
All right, okay. So, Midsummer Night's Dream. Good play. And he'll open the earbuds, and he'll hand one to Gray.
Just take it.
You don't have to put this in because you're going to be very close to him. But if you do wear it, you are Oberyn.
Oh, Lord of the Fae. I like it.
You pretty much know what you have to do. Just keep his eyes on you as much as possible. If shit goes sideways, do not hesitate to fuck out of there.
I understand, but trust me. I'll keep his attention.
I have no doubt about that. You are a presence. I take the next one out. He'll look at Bella. Titania.
Should have gotten wings.
Yes, I would have. Perfect. You are a painting. Just scope out the area. Chatter anything you hear that might be relative. And if you want to kind of screw with the kind and any of the kindred that are there, kind of have at it. Have fun. Be the distraction. We'll take out the third one. He'll look at Nick. Demetrius. Yes.
As he's grabbing it, he'll give the one he was already holding to Matt.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yes, Demetrius was a brash and rude asshole, but he had reasons. You're going to be the man in the van. You are pretty much going to be intel security if you can, kill cameras, kill power if you have to.
Age of the Geek, baby.
We'll go with that. I'll take the last one. Puck. The snarky, devious bastard.
It fits. Good choices all around.
If anything, and I know, Gray, you said you will keep his attention, but if anything goes fucking wrong, do not try to salvage it. Bail and get clear of this place. I don't know exactly what this guy is capable of. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve. All I got are my bag of tricks and a whole lot of prayers. But I got you three, and so far, we've all come out of these things alive. My old crew, we were inseparable. We did more damage than sometimes we wanted to admit, and sometimes we got a little ahead of ourselves and headstrong. But they don't have what we have now. And thanks to the donation of my friend here, I'm a little better off than I was back then. Better than I was a few days ago.
And we've got nothing to worry about.
Like I just told a friend of mine. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. So, let's say we go steal ourselves a bust.
That goes beautiful.
Soul's Night.
Okay. You all get ready. Get all the things that you need. And you begin making your drive back to the campus. Are you going in the same car, or are you going in separate rides?
Bella and I will take a taxi. Pat's taxi.
Okay. Matthew and Nicholas, how are you approaching the establishment based off of what you recalled the week before?
I would suggest we go from the back instead of the front entrance.
Okay.
Nick's gonna need to stay at the car. But the park within decent range in case, for a bug out. But just but not like observable from specifically the event's windows.
Okay, so you're wanting to be still close to the site itself, like visually. You still want to be able to see the building?
Matt, should we park
Yeah,
that? Should I park that close?
Close enough that we can see it. So close enough that we can have visual on it. So you have visual on it and me in case I have to bail.
Okay. He will, if it's possible, he'll park the car so that if he sits in the back seat, the seats and the hood will block out the light of a laptop in the dark.
Okay.
So the front of the car would be facing the building from a distance, just in case.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay.
While you guys get set up, we'll go ahead and move to the taxi pulling up at the front. if you two wouldn't mind, as you step out of the vehicle, please describe how you have dressed for the evening.
Sure. Bella is in a pink sequined burlesque outfit, which is basically like a corset that goes down to like full body suit. She has a lace like trail behind it going down to her knees, and she was wearing knee-high Victorian style boots that are pink sequined, a pair of stockings. One stocking, however, is striped while the other is plain white. Her hair is up in a slight messy do, and she has a very mini Victorian pink top head perched on the side of her head. She has her some curls down over her ears, along with like earrings, and that is how she'll be hiding the headpiece or the earpiece.
And Gray is dressed in a very low-cut, V-cut silk shirt down to about his abs. The bottom of it looks like there's almost a cummerbund style, actually folded and stitched into the shirt itself. A set of silk slacks and a pair of dark boots that are shined to a mirror polish. His neck, of course, is the heretic's fork, which is dangerously close to penetrating his skin, but not quite enough.
When you step out of the vehicle, you see, given the estimate you were provided, there's roughly like 20, 25 people here. Looks like most people have parked away from the location or were dropped off like you were. You see that there is a kind of large, not like exceptionally large, but a rather like stocky built individual standing at the front of the building, kind of checking people as they come in. You can see light from the inside, not very bright, kind of dim, but enough to kind of show that there is quite a bit of activity going on inside. You can see on the second floor the lights are out. You step forward. How do you wish to approach?
Bella will slip her arm into the crook of Gray's and walk with him.
Is there a line? Or is it short enough that there is no line?
At this point, like, there's only a couple people really in line. Things have been kind of, like I said, it's a small crowd. It doesn't take long to get through it.
Even a small queue is too large of a queue. I will walk directly up to the front, Bella on my arm, and present the invitation that we were given the other evening. I believe we're to be expected.
He kind of looks at you and then looks at the invitation. Yeah, I think we're supposed to be expecting you. He steps to the side, pushes the door open. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Step on through with Bella on my arm. Victor, where would he be?
Sure he's in there somewhere. He enjoys his hosting duties.
In there somewhere. But no more than that. I'll keep on walking.
When you step in, there is some music playing, kind of like traditional kind of like club music, but at a lower kind of register, and has a little bit more of a kind of a classical haunt to it. As the music's playing, you see people are kind of drinking and generally having just socializing.
Is the music loud enough to interfere with heightened senses.
I would say probably so.
Okay. Then I will not be activating heightened senses. But I will be scanning the crowd to see if I can pick out Victor.
Give me a wits and awareness. What's Belle doing?
I'm going to be glancing. I'm getting a layout of the room, actually. Does it look like there are doors that go off into separate galleries or what? And I'm putting out the pretense of perhaps looking at any artwork that is on the walls at this point. I'm not sure if there is.
Got you. Right now, there are some portraits that are on the wall, but they are covered. You have a few people that are kind of standing in the corners, kind of watching everything. There is a door here that has a little sign that indicates that it's a staircase going up to the next floor. And then you have on the other side of the room, there is a like restroom sign,
Okay.
a couple of doors with like restrooms. Other than that, it is a wide open space. In the far side of the room, there looks to be like the DJ who's doing all the music, and they got these red and kind of blue lights that kind of blend together, giving this violet hue throughout the entire space.
All right. Shall we
One-
wander?
Oh, yes, absolutely. One success as I'm scanning through the crowd.
You do not notice Victor, but with one success, what I will say you notice, you can tell there is kind of like a gathering. Like people are starting to cluster a little bit on the far side of the room.
I will head that direction.
I do want to specify that does not include that 20, 25 people. That does not include wait staff and security. So,
And on the way there, I will be activating awe. I need to steal a little bit of the thunder, or else how interesting would I be?
absolutely. Yeah, immediately you pop it. Everybody kind of interesting.
I'm going to be, when he activates it, I'm going to be picking out the people that immediately are drawn and the people that look like they're trying to resist it.
Give me a what's an insight. Let's see. Da-da-da. Okay, great. I'm gonna need a manipulation and presence from you, and then composure and intelligence.
I am going to blood search on the first, but not the second.
Okay. and one more roll. Okay. All right, so clear that up. Bellatrix, you notice when this happens, almost everyone in the crowd immediately, well, not everyone, the majority of them stick to Victor, but almost half turn their direction toward Gray. You watch as both Victor and Gray both kind of zone in on each other, as there was a slight resistance, but then both of them ended up failing against each other. And there is another individual standing by the stairs who completely shrugged it off. Wasn't affected by either of them. It's the same individual that Matthew and Nicholas encountered the week before.
Okay.
When this happens, the crowd kind of splits a little bit, and the two of you immediately make eye contact. He is wearing a white kind of loose, flowy top with a few of the buttons at the top undone. He's wearing these black slacks with these shining black shoes. He's got a little bit of eyeliner on. His hair is kind of pulled back in like a messy ponytail, and he is holding a glass that you can see from here hasn't had anything. He hasn't taken a drink from it. He smiles and he sets down the drink.
I will immediately unlink my arm from Bella's and cross the room to him. Mr. Adams, your taste is impeccable.
He kind of looks you up and down. You see his eyes linger at the accessory. And yours are interesting.
You've never had a subject like me. And honestly, I think we make quite the power couple.
What is Belle doing?
When he breaks the arm, Bella will go to she'll saunter slowly, casually over to a group of people and start speaking with them, having a small conversation, seeing what they're talking about, joining in.
Okay. He continues watching Gray. Your friend you and your friend came through. Catering is impressive.
I hoped it would be everything that you wanted. I told you I'm more than just a pretty face.
So I see.
There's a lot that I can do for you.
And what can you do for me, Mr. Novak?
We'll lean close. I can whisper in his ear. I can help you build your temple, Victor. The same thing I'm trying to do.
Give me manipulation and subterfuge. Or I will let you pick manipulation or subterfuge or manipulation and persuasion. How honest do you feel you're being?
Oh no, I'm lying. The temple's mine.
Okay.
But he can think I'm going to help him. Does my specialty apply here?
I'd say so.
Okay. Or successes.
He whispers back. I'd like to show you something.
I'd love to see whatever it is. But can you be away from them? Gesture back to this party.
We have all night. He continues kind of watching you very intently, watching how you kind of navigate things as he spends a little more time with you. Bellatrix, you walk over to a few people. Was it work staff or partygoers?
Partygoers.
Partygoers, okay. Yeah, you walk over. They're mostly, like, they are talking to each other, but it's mostly talking about Gray and Victor. They're talking about how they're dressed and just the energy between the two of them has their attention completely wrapped.
It's almost magnetic, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't say I've experienced anything quite like this. This is almost intense.
It is. So are you fans of Victor's work?
Yeah, no, I've been following Victor's work for a few years now. Actually, it's part of what made me want to go to school for art.
Oh, you're an art student.
Yeah.
What is it you like about Victor's work?
I really like the I don't know, something about the way he commands the attention and the detail in the photography. It really, the way it illustrates the capacity for pain an individual can have within our day-to-day life or existence really spoke to me.
Indeed, it really shows the pain we feel on the inside Just how much cannot be seen. And then he's really showing it to us. I'm going to be, with this group, I'm going to be like searching. I'm looking for someone who's a bit on the side of obsessive with Victor's work. And maybe Victor. This actually might work well for me.
Okay, hang on. I think that's going to be another Wits and Insight.
Okay. Three successes.
Okay. As you are moving through this, kind of interact with everybody who you can tell are all very much in awe of the two of them. And it's either like shifting between how just wonderful Victor Adams is and the things that he does, or just how beautiful Gray is, and how some people are like thoroughly impressed with how he can just kind of like command Victor's attention like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's one person that you stumble across. He has short, barely longer than like a buzz cut hair, very chiseled features, very lean build, wearing these very kind of extravagant clothes. I'll say with 3, you can tell this person is trying to impress. It looks like the way that he is standing here and watching the two of them, it is both strong admiration of Victor and a deep resentment of Gray.
Okay. They are really well matched, aren't they?
I was just another fucking whore trying to get Victor's attention.
Does that happen often?
So it seems. He downs another drink and sets it on the table.
I'll wait for someone to bring another drink to him and sit down. Have you been following Victor a long time? From what I understand, he moves about a bit. You seem pretty loyal.
I've been following Victor for the last few cities.
What was it about Victor's art that drew you in, or was it Victor himself? He is quite beautiful. Almost a piece of art himself.
His work is haunting. I can't get it out of my mind.
See, and what do you think of his models? They must have a lot of ability themselves to be able to pose for someone like Victor.
Maybe. They don't seem to last very long.
Were you hoping to be a model as well?
I wanted to show him I could do it better. Not fail like the others.
Seems a shame. Why did they fail, do you think?
I don't know. But nobody seems to last more than 2 shoots.
You want to be someone permanent.
Yes. You can see he doesn't ever break his line of sight from the two of them as he's talking.
It's a shame if there's such failures. That means he just hasn't reached his magnus opum. Maybe having the artwork around holds him back from finding his true muse.
Maybe. It doesn't help that he lets any whore who gives him a charming smile sit in front of the camera.
I always thought Victor's artwork really shows the pain we feel on the inside. Perhaps you need to show him that. I will use dementation at this point. I'll just brush his hand lightly. As I look him in the eyes, in that statement, perhaps you need to show him perhaps something permanent, but a blaze that just lights up and gets Victor's attention.
Give me just a moment. Alright, go ahead and give me manipulation or dominance. Or dominate.
Okay. I'll be blood surging as well. Hunger increased.
Alright.
And I'm going to spend a willpower. Seven successes with a messy critical.
2 successes. You beat him by a margin of 5 or more. So, just a moment.
Of course, let him have his triumph, his gala, but then show him that all these other whores, as you call them, these ones that don't last, aren't worth it. They shouldn't even be remembered in his photography.
When you do that, you see something. You visibly in his eyes see something kind of snap. As he kind of goes from just staring forward, just pissed off and hating Gray with everything on him, he just kind of... Yeah. No, you're right.
I should be going. It was a pleasure to meet you. I'm Estelle, by the way.
Estelle, okay. I have to go too. And he gets up and he walks toward the door. Muttering some stuff, but you do hear the gala mentioned a couple of times as he's storming off.
I'm going to continue mingling with people and getting a lay of the area. I'll slip into the bathroom at one point and wait till it empties out and just talk softly into the thing to Nick. So this is what the layout looks like. There's upstairs. That seems to be blocked off for now. The room, or the upstairs, was dark when we came in. So it seems to be empty, possibly. That man, I think I see the man you were talking about, the one you thought might be one of us. He's at the stairs at the moment.
All dark and brooding.
Yeah. Not taken
Good
by
to know.
Gray or Victor, so that was
Oh,
good to know. Yeah.
it's good to know. Good work.
I'm gonna go continue to pretend to be a fan.
And with that, we will shift scenes to the car. back behind the building. What have you two been up to?
Matt is pretty much just sitting there waiting to hear back from them to see what is going on, just in case he's got a pivot already. He just wanted to give them time to acclimate and get us information.
Before Matt goes out, it's like, okay, so tall, dark, and brooding, Mr. Scary over there is apparently even scarier. Didn't neither Victor nor Gray swayed him.
Good to know. So, mind checks are going to be a little iffy. All right. Okay, good. That helps. That I brought the mini sun with me just in case.
He will relay the general layout that Bella had given him.
Perfect. All right, so Matt is going to get out of the car. He's going to grab the grappling hook with the rope. And he's going to think about this for a minute. And then he's going to unattach the grappling hook itself from the rope. Well, this is good. If he can hear this, that could be a problem. Me throwing this up and hooking it on a...
Nick's gonna raise his hand. Give me a second here, and he's gonna touch Matt's shoulder. He's going to try to feel out the remnants of that bond that would have been created. And Barra, I'd like to pop premonition.
While focusing on the
bond and the plan going forward.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the rolls.
Is specs. May I blood search this?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, does not get hungrier on the blood surge. Gets hungrier on the... Gets 1 hunger.
One hunger. Okay.
I'd like to spend a willpower.
Sure.
Okay. Six successes.
6 successes. Okay. You begin focusing for a moment, and you are in a kind of dark void space suspended from a rope wrapped around your waist. You are swinging slowly back and forth like a pendulum. At the end of the rope, you see what appears to be a bush of roses that your rope is tied to. As you are trying to slow things to continue to climb, every effort you make to pull yourself up causes the bush to shift a little and sink, making you fall just a little bit further. And then a rose falls. Another falls. Each rose falling tilts the bush a little more, causing you to continue to kind of drop. Until there's one rose left. One rose with a kind of stained glass appearance. Seems to be the only thing maintaining the cord. But you can see that the glass is breaking. And right as it looks like you're getting ready to fall, you snap back.
His grip will tighten on Matt.
Use your words, buddy.
These things are not easy to put together.
I won't be either if you don't let go. Thanks, Chewbacca.
I don't. This might not be the night. What the image of climbing was tied to a bushel of roses that kept dropping roses, with one that was made of stained glass. The last one to hold you up as you were about to fall. What I can piece together is if you do this now,
It goes bad.
it graze the one that suffers. Or it could be on Gray to make sure that this succeeds. But it still might damage him. It's a loose ability. It was a strong one, but that's hard to piece together. It's your plan, Matt.
Yes, but it's all or nothing. So, do you think we should wait? I know you said this is difficult, but if you think this could make things worse, I'm not going to put him in danger. I'm not going to put any of you in danger, especially you.
I'll be fine.
But he won't be. They won't be.
We should have been more clear.
If
Barra,
things were always
out of
easy,
game.
then
Out of game question. You said right before falling, it snapped back. The stained glass. Did it fully break?
You didn't get to see that.
Okay.
It's kind of like you were suspended, and then right as you were getting ready to feel another sensation of falling, just that jerk sensation, you snap back.
I mean, this was only supposed to be recon anyway, but
Read tonight like
might-
recon.
they might come back with some useful intel for us.
Depending on the intel, I might be able to piece more together. But right now, recon.
I wasn't planning on taking anything unless it was the only option.
No, it's not just that. It was while hanging. It was almost like a pendulum, swinging back and forth, held by the rose bush, and more roses were falling. I feel that if we take an action, it'll
It will
give
go
up the
back.
game. It'll give up the game for the gala. and might imperil everyone in there. It could also mean Bella, too. It's these things. As I said, these things are not one-to-one. So let's wait for more information and adjust our plan going forward.
Please give me what's an awareness.
Both of us?
Yes.
Instinct or death apply? Specialty?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Two.
Alright, that's an 8 with a messy crit.
Both of you notice that there is a bright flash of red light that happens upstairs while nobody is outside. Everyone's already in the party. The entire upper floor, for just a second, lights up with a bright light. Nick. 1 second. Your clan compulsion is going to activate. As when you looked up at that light, you saw into the center of the room what looked to be somebody strung up with their arms like this, almost like a crucifixion. In the that is backlit by that red light, with their head hanging down, and vanished almost as quickly.
The clan compulsion, specifically, fractured perspective. Which category will I be taking the penalty to?
I want you to pick the one that causes you the most obstruction.
Okay, that would be mental.
Okay.
Nick will, when he sees that, what in the hell was that? What? Why did it?
Nick, buddy, all right?
One sec. In the light, cross of a person hanging down in the good Lord's name. Dinner. And he'll reach out, leaning on the car. What was that light?
Like a photo flash? I don't know.
Oh, I saw a sinner hanging under God's good judgment. Yeah, what the? There was someone hanging, like crucified, and then gone. Can't see anything else. Just burned into my eyes. But even when I close them, oh, my head. Oh, I thought we weren't supposed to get headaches.
We also don't normally, well, okay, bad example, but usually when I see photo flashes, I don't change accents.
What the fuck are you talking about? I always speak like this.
I don't know where that southern drawl came from, but it is very peculiar that you don't normally talk like that.
I don't speak in a southern drawl.
I have ears.
Well, clearly they got cotton in them.
You don't hear it, do you?
I don't speak in a southern drawl.
Whatever you say, Blanche.
Now, don't. Oh, fucking hell. Fuck. Whatever that is, just I cannot focus. Ugh. Ugh.
All right. Just get in the car. And Matt will communicate to Bella. Tanya, something weird happened upstairs. Demetrius is a little mind-jacked right now, so be careful.
Okay. Any more information on what happened?
There was a flash. I didn't notice anything, but it screwed him up. He said something about a person hanging. And we won't even get into the other part because apparently he doesn't have it.
Okay. I will be careful.
How's our boy?
Captivating.
He always is.
He definitely has his Mark's attention.
Well, so far so good then. That's the important part.
Indeed. I should go. People might wonder why I'm talking to myself.
That's fair. All right, if anything changes, let me know.
I will.
What's going on with
Vera?
Matthews? Yes.
I was just gonna say, I think Nick would send a message to his sire via text.
What do you send?
I've seen a sinner on a cross. These roses are unclean. And then delete the message after sending.
You do not get a response. Matthew. What is on Matthew's mind in this moment?
Well, he's thinking, had he gone immediately, he probably would have been right near or close to that window to, if not seen what was going on, possibly been seen in the flash. And now with Nick being out of his mind, or at least that's what he's getting the impression of, it's probably safe if he doesn't leave him, just in case. And so far, he hasn't heard from Gray, but that's a good thing. And Bella relayed calmly that things were okay, so he's going to just let them go and see what happens.
So you'll be staying in the car.
Yeah.
Understood. We shift back over to the party. What, before we get back to Gray and Victor, what is Bellatrix doing?
First a question. As I'm wandering around, I know you said that there are curtains over several portrait-size pieces.
Hmm.
Is there anything that could denote a bust, basically?
There is anything that would be in the center space on the floor itself is not present. This place has been cleared out for the party itself. Anything that is here is just the covered portraits.
Cool. And the unimpressed dude, was he near the stairs or the corner?
He was by the stairs.
Okay. I'm gonna actually just meander over to him. Not make a beeline, but chat with a couple people here and there, but meander over him. Hello. I have a question. Tomorrow at the gala, will the upstairs be available, or is it just going to be down here?
The upstairs will be available for people with VIPs.
Oh. And what do you do to get a VIP status? I'm really interested in Victor's work, so I want to see all of it. I want to experience all of it.
Well, I suppose you're going to have to impress Victor. I'm just here to block the door.
Understood. Do you travel with Victor a lot? Or you just hired security? I mean, I run a shop, and sometimes we might have events, so maybe I'd want security. So if you stationed here, that would be nice.
I don't think that I don't think our security is necessarily what you're looking for.
Understood. Well, I'm gonna go mingle some more. I look forward to tomorrow. Perhaps I'll make it into the VIP one way or another. If not me, perhaps my companion. I'll look over to Gray. He seems to have taken Venture's attention.
Well, if you're here with him, you probably won't have too much difficulty.
I'm thinking the same thing. It's a pleasure. I'll move on.
Okay. At that moment, we shift back to Gray and Victor. You don't come off as the usual type drawn to my work.
I have a taste to begin with for dark things. And Basil didn't spare any of my feelings when it came to exposing me to just how dark they could become.
I'm going to make a roll. Basil. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar. Well, just gonna pause real quick. All right. Technical difficulties. Sorry about that, everyone. With 2 successes, he kind of tilts his head. I am unfamiliar with Basil. Who's this?
Oh, don't you know? I mentioned him the other night. You really didn't follow his work. Let me put it to you this way. One of his... First off, he didn't deal in photography like you do. His was more traditional. Oil painting. And having to hold particular poses, or be tied up in particular ways, or be kept in a cage for weeks. Not something that I'm unfamiliar with. When I'm telling you that I am going to be the best subject you've ever had, it's not arrogance.
Come with me. And he reaches out and takes your hand to take your hand. Oh, did going to just hit pause real quick.
Show me what you want to show me.
He takes your hand, and Bellatrix, you notice that Victor and Gray begin moving toward that door. He kind of waves off the guard. He kind of steps to the side. The 2 of them enter, and he gets back in front of the doorway. Before we get to what's going on upstairs, what is Bellatrix doing?
I'm moving to a place that doesn't have so many people and quietly murmuring, Victor's taking Gray upstairs.
Perfect. Thank you.
You go up the flight of steps and enter into this room, which is pitch black. He walks over, puts his finger on what appears to be a camera. As he pushes the button, there's a flash of red light, and you get just the glimpse of a moment of someone who is strung up on a crucifix. Their hands spiked into the wood. You can give me... That is the most you're going to get without a roll. If you wish to give me a wits and awareness, you can get more details. You muted.
Definitely interested in more details.
Okay. In that flash, You recognize the person. A young man. Very beautiful, physically speaking. You recognize him from pictures that you guys saw the week before when you were evaluating his work. In fact, it's his most recent shoot. And it's the only shoot that this one has been in so far. He is carved on his chest, down his arms. He has a bite mark on his neck that still drips down his chest. There is a slight incision that just frames the jaw across the chin, wrapping up around the other ear. His eyes are sewn shut. They do appear to be a corpse on the crucifix. But you notice a slight twitch in their fingers. When you turn back from that flash of light, from seeing that, Victor has lit a candle that kind of creates a dim light, which Matthew and Nick, you'd be able to see from the car, the silhouettes of the two of them moving about. The light now kind of begins to illuminate. Not in great detail, not with the detail you had just a moment ago, but enough to get the general image of the model. He turns, kind of leans back against the table, and watches you as this is all now on display.
Step towards the model. Make my way around the installation. The crucifix is nice.
Thank you. And what do you think of our model?
If to know if the magician would reveal his secrets. How have you kept him like this?
You can't use Kine for my work. Nod if you can still hear me. The model nods his head.
It's exquisite.
Almost perfect.
What's missing from your vision?
The model's not quite right yet. They are reluctant to cross the threshold into perfection to experience the beauty of the pain that they're experiencing. Not too reluctant to try, though, which warrants credit.
I will never hesitate. You just tell me what you want. We'll grab his hand, pull it to the top of my head. Push downwards. As
He
far as you want to go.
grips your hair, pulls you back up, smiles and slowly backs you over to the model, and presses your head on his shoulder. Drink. And he steps back, leans on the table.
I'll drink. I told Matt I'm not going to fail.
How much do you drink?
Enough until Victor appears satisfied.
You begin to drink. 1 hunger. 2. 3. 4. You can feel the model becoming weak. You can feel them start to struggle against their restraints. And Victor's just watching you closely. If you drink any more, you will deauthorize this kindred.
Out of the corner of his eye, he can see Sybil across the room, staring at him, arms crossed, her face turned away. And as much as he does not want to continue, he's not sure where Matt is and does not want to give him away. And he will continue.
We'll hold right there for a moment. Nick.
You said that Nick and Matt could see the silhouettes via the
Mhm.
candlelight, right? And so we can see the silhouette of Gray. Like, how good can we see the silhouette's actions?
I'm thinking if it's just a candlelight, we can't see who's doing what.
You
so
can
is there
give
enough
me
difference?
wits and awareness rolls to try to get any clarity about what's happening here.
I have a 2 dice penalty on that. May I blood surge?
You may.
Okay. He's at 3 hunger. Spend a willpower.
Go for it.
2.
2 successes.
4 successes with a possible failure.
Okay. Matt. You can see the silhouettes moving. You saw the flashlight again. You saw the candlelight kind of illuminate the space a bit. But again, it's just silhouettes. You see one of them move away from the crucifix over toward the other. You see the other one kind of grasp and drag them over, but that's about it. And you see him back away from them as they're at the crucifix. Nick. With 4 successes, I don't think it's much of a reach for you to be able to conclude that he might be drinking. But you don't know that it's a kindred. It could just be a kind model, and they're drinking on them.
But it's an extended amount of time, right?
It has been going on for a bit.
Yeah, well. Nyx. Light in the face. Issue. Get. Time to pull out. He's going to kill whoever that is.
You could see who it was, or
I don't give a damn who it is. Not too long. So if it's Gray doesn't kill. No time.
Do you do anything in this moment?
Matt's gonna Bella, can you cause a scene?
What kind of scene?
Something that's gonna draw Victor's attention. Something shitty's going on upstairs.
Give me a moment.
Need to stop him now. Too long. Going to die. And Bera, is there enough sightline to share the senses whoever's drinking? The individual.
I'll allow you to make an attempt, but because of how obscure the image is, it is going to be a higher difficulty.
Okay. Next. Nick is Nick.
What is Belle doing?
I'm heading towards the bathroom. How many people are in the women's bathroom?
It looks like you probably got like 2 in there that are kind of talking as they wash their hands.
Oh, cool. So, go to 1. Activate demontation. I'm just trying to break them so they start a riot, basically.
Okay.
Start.
And
Oh, that's good.
oh yeah, I need to roll it. Sorry.
You're fine.
After she does that.
Four successes.
4 successes. Okay.
And after each one that I used demontation on, I can roll for both of them if you want me to. I need to make actually it says if I do multiple people, I just need to make an extra rouse check, so I'll do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
Looks like
Woohoo,
if
hunger at 4. I'm gonna be hungry. And afterwards with both of them, cloud memory. You don't remember I was here.
Okay.
And then send them out to go do crazy shit.
You got emotions. Alright, there I'm gonna risk a blood search.
Also, while they're doing that, I'm gonna drag one of the waiters, because I know this is one of the Grey special waiters, into the bathroom, and I'm gonna feed because I'm at 4 hunger.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright.
Everything. Once you do that, he's going to be not capable of feeding anyone else for the evening, so he's just going to like chill in the bathroom for a bit. But
That's fine.
yeah,
And I'll make my roll for
your hunger 4. I do need a frenzy check.
right.
And I'm gonna burn 1 willpower.
Sure thing.
Five successes.
Can't really roll frenzy checks. 2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes. Love it when my computer doesn't want to load. There it goes. Okay. You begin to frenzy. You can burn a willpower to try to not lose yourself in this moment and try to evacuate the scene. Or let the beast finish satisfying its hunger.
I'm gonna let the beast satisfy its hunger.
You finish feeding, leaving this waiter dead in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna lick the wound cleaned. And then I'm activating a unseen passage, and I'm getting the fuck out. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too difficult, because about this moment, 2 women have just stepped outside and absolutely lost their shit. There's a large commotion as things are starting to get rather aggressive and violent downstairs. Nick. High or low?
Go low this time.
Okay. You share the senses. It's not a strong connection. You see darkness. You don't see anything, but you can feel. You can feel the fangs in your neck. You can feel the blood being pulled from you. You can feel the hands trying to fight against the stakes that hold them in place. You manage to see, you feel the pain of this kindred managing to snap its eye open just enough to see Victor in the frame of the person who's draining them. And you could feel the body getting weaker.
Nick will collapse, literally screaming at the sensations. Hey! Blind him! And I will say he collapses, just racked with the pain, trying to hold on.
Give me
top of
composure and
everything
resolve.
else. Okay. And that is a 2-dice penalty.
Nick's having a day.
Nick's having a day.
Before you collapse, you take 2 aggravated willpower damage.
Is that's on top of superficial, or is it added as like 2 boxes are just gone with 3 superficial?
Correct.
Okay.
Gray.
Yes.
You hear a commotion downstairs. You hear what sounds like violent crashing. The music has stopped. Victor does not seem moved by it at all. You hear someone knocking at the door, going, "Victor, we gotta go." Victor's just watching. In this moment, do you use the commotion to excuse yourself and break away? Or do you persist?
May I suggest a third option?
Sure.
I've done this before. I know what comes next. Unless they are willing, unless they are sacrificing themselves to me, and they are absolutely not resisting, I will not try to force them, but I will put on a show of it for Victor. And I will let their soul escape, hopefully, and not be trapped inside the mess that is me.
Okay. So if I understand what your intent is here, it's to make it appear as though you are fully deodorizing them, but in the last moment not intaking the final mouthful, so as they will die and not become a part of you. Okay. Give me manipulation and performance. You can use your specialty.
Thank you. And I am going to blood search here.
Sure.
Vic doesn't know where the blood is flowing or how the blood is flowing, but he might know that the blood is flowing. I'm going to put on a full show of it, but I'm going to blood search in order to make it easier to fool him. And I'm going to spend a willpower, which will actually impair me for the rest of the scene, or the night, probably. 6 successes.
You pull the last of the blood. You feel this fledgling kindred fully move on. What do you do with the blood?
I will look up at Victor and grin. I want to taste you next. And I will let the blood run a bit.
Victor approaches you. Again, grabs you by the hair on the back of your head and kind of pulls you so that he's looking down at you. He examines you for a moment. And then, with a very sadistic grin, he pulls you back up and kisses you.
I will let him taste the blood. Share what remains of it with him.
After a moment, the door gets knocked down as the guard from downstairs steps in. Victor, the party's over. We have to go. Victor pulls away from you, stares at the security, licks the blood off his lips and smiles. I expect to see you tomorrow.
Wouldn't miss it for anything.
He turns, backs away, and leaves with the guard.
Victor.
He stops at the door.
I have to know what the encore is going to be. Grin at him. Give him a big, broad smile.
He stares at you for a moment, and he continues walking. You are now alone on the second floor of this building.
We'll turn and cross the gallery to where Sybil's standing. I kept my promise. Try to reach out and stroke her cheek, but pass through. I kept my promise.
When your hand passes through, and she seems to have a look of concern. She seems to vanish before you, leaving just in the back of your head are these promises worth the cost? Before you're alone again.
He won't answer that question. You just let it hang. He will turn and make his way towards the stairs, heading down.
You head downstairs. You see that there are... Some people are just kind of beating on each other. Some people are kind of smashing things, throwing chairs around. The DJ stand has been destroyed. There's one woman who just looks absolutely unhinged. She's got another woman by her hair, and they're just pummeling down on her face. It is absolute chaos down here, and you can begin to hear sirens from outside.
You'll feel a tug on your sleeve and a whisper in your ear, "We should go.
This you.
We should go."
Let's go. We're expected back tomorrow. Mission accomplished.
Where do you two go when you leave the building?
I'm going to keep walking until we can't hear the sirens, at which point I'm going to call a cab.
Okay. Matt and Nick, while you're in the car, you hear a commotion shortly after you get off the intercom with Bellatrix. You hear what sounds like crashing noises. You hear raised voices. You see a couple people fleeing the building. And then shortly after, you can hear sirens. You do notice it doesn't look like the noises at the time that they happened. Gray was still attached to the kindred. Was for another couple moments. And then you saw the two embrace each other. What do you want to do?
Well, I think Nick's out, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Nick's unconscious.
I know you said you dropped.
Collapsed, yeah.
If you would, yeah, we could say that happened.
It would make sense in my mind.
Sure.
Did
Matt.
Nick collapse in the car?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Good. Matt's finding a lot of holes in his plan if he were outside of the car.
Maybe I didn't
Um,
detail this better.
I will say, face is drenched in just all blood tears. Bit through his lip, too.
All right. Well, they are playing our song. He's going to. He didn't see if they left. He doesn't know that Gray and Bella are gone.
At this point, you are at this point where you're at, Gray just broke off with his embrace with Victor. So Gray has not moved downstairs yet, but he's about to be.
Okay. But I hear commotion. I hear sirens. Sirens. Okay. They are playing our song. Nick, shit. The one downside of New York, not everybody drives. He's going to attempt to drive.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, you can give me Dex and Drive, or yeah, Dex and Drive is fine.
Gonna be a Dex roll.
Mhm.
I can blood surge.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine so far. Oh, okay, I get a critical success with 5.
You've seen movies with a getaway driver. You know how this works. Yeah, no, you do well enough that you can pull away without being overly conspicuous.
And I'm just gonna get us back to the ascent. And I'm going to, in the mic, in the comms, hear the song, "We Are Out, Meet You at Home."
You drive the unconscious Nicholas back to Ascent. Do you guys, Belle and Gray, discuss anything while in the cab, or do you wait till you arrive at your home?
Gray is, again, uncharacteristically quiet and is just staring out the window. Unless Bella brings something up, he's not going to say anything. It's taking enough of his focus just to keep the mask on.
No, at this point, Bella is not saying anything. She is staring at her own window, though she has a smile on her face. A satisfied smile.
You make it back to the ascent. I'll say, Nick, your compulsion has passed, and you're rousing. You all reconvene in your typical meeting area. I will pass the scene to you.
I will strip the collar off, toss it down on the counter.
We've got an invite for tomorrow night. Gray did well.
I'm going to need some time, but tomorrow night should be fine.
Are you sure?
He will flash that broad smile again. I am nothing, not an actor. That's my art.
You arrogant bastard. I don't care what the hell anybody says about you. You're my family.
Let's just not talk about it for a while. Yeah.
Not from me.
Do you want me to take you out again, Gray?
No, it's not that bad. Could have been. It's not.
I would say if Gray has looked at Nick at all, other than clearly face of blood, he would be rubbing the exact spot Gray had been feeding on, and he's just 1,000 yards staring.
Nick, maybe you should get a rag. Are you all right? Something happened in the car?
You know what? Let's just pack this up for the night. We all got out alive. We can discuss this later. We're all... Bella, I'm guessing that Barnum and Bailey's was you. Fantastic.
Well, hopefully there'll be a gala tomorrow, depending on what the police do and stuff. But that's Victor's place, so he's gonna need to figure that out. And if it gives Gray a couple days, that's fine too.
That's true. We might have delayed this. We might have it locked down. If it's locked down, I can deal with that. That means no boogeyman and no Victor.
Speaking of that, Bear, in the time that I had up there without Victor, thinking back, is the bust up there? Could I make it out? Okay.
So it's likely that the objects that are going to be on floor display are likely being held somewhere else. But I will say you noticed in the top floor while you were there, this room had a very different decor than downstairs. The room upstairs was very that is likely where it will be. That would be the best place to display very specific things.
It wasn't there tonight, Matt, but it will be there tomorrow, I'm sure of it.
I can't say I'm surprised. I was actually expecting that, because if he'd have had it on display somewhere, the artist never reveals the night before. So he's got it packed away. He's going to have it out tomorrow. Anything else? Did we learn? Like where it might be?
No. It didn't seem like there was even really like a kitchens or downstairs or anything, like doorways to anything but upstairs, right?
No, it's like if it was a situation where something needed to be cooked, there's the campus next door. This is just like a small little 2-story building that can be easily used for small gatherings.
If it's not upstairs, it's not in that building.
Got it. Perfect. Okay. You did great, everybody. Gray, you take all the time you need. Nick, you clean yourself up. Bella, you're okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're not, none of you need to go out for a snack?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
No, I think I'm just going to head home.
Oh. All right, everybody, be safe. I'll hang here and do some more.
Before Gray leaves. Gray.
Nick.
I felt
No.
what you did.
None. No. Please. Not. Let it keep. When this is over, we talk. Agreed?
Yeah.
Gray will actually hold his hand out.
As Nick takes Gray's hand, it's fresh, bloody tears and shaking. We'll talk.
He wanted to turn and make his way for the door.
The moment you take his hand and say, "We'll talk," you pop a premonition. It's not as in-depth as some of the others. It's almost more of a quick little flash of multiple sets of hands on the arms, shoulders, gripping tightly, and then finally a pair holding a chokehold around Gray's neck, and then done.
Under his breath, as Gray's turning to leave, he will bare fangs. I will chop off your fucking hands that hold so tightly.
With that, we will bring tonight's session to a close. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us this evening and joining us on this story so far. Look forward to seeing you in the next chapter.